Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into CHILIZ right now. Once again, thank you for all your support and kind comments on the channel here. Really, really warmly received. Thank you for everything you do to contribute towards the growth of this channel. I wish you all the luck in the world, okay? I wish you had a really good Saturday and a really good weekend, and yeah, do stay tuned. In a minute, what I believe, I've got some kind of descending triangle pattern going on here. We had that bullish pennant the other day, okay? We had the bull pennant and we broke out. You've seen the triangular formation there, broke out. And what you've got right now, you're sitting on a really base level of support, okay, which is 0.5 on the support level of when you start to fall from the top, okay? You fall from the top, and as you're falling, you're hitting levels of support, okay, and you're bouncing off them beautifully. What you formed here is a bottom off the 0.618, okay? And what you do probably potentially need to see right here is potentially a higher low there, okay? So if it's not a certainty, but I want to make you aware that if CHILIZ was to fall out of this descending triangle, because you can see it's like effectively a descending triangle, you could almost say it's a bull flag, but you've not got lower lows in there, because bull flags, they tend to form like a little channel that goes down, okay? So effectively it is a descending triangle. You have come up into it. It is a continuation pattern, okay? So you may see that breakout, but I always want to make you aware, because the breakout target from a descending triangle is from there to there. So if it was to break out, you would see that little bit of a pump for CHILIZ, okay, taking you up to sort of 50 cents, which is potentially, you know, a little 6 to 7% pump for CHILIZ, and you'd run into a bit of a level of resistance, which is just there. Do you see that? You know, so that is on the cards for CHILIZ. I want to make you aware of everything. But looking at this, what might happen, okay? What might potentially happen, because you've got a bit of a bearish cross on the MACD there, okay? You see that little bearish cross on the MACD starting to form on the lines just there, okay? You need that to reject. You need to keep an eye on that, because if that rejects, you will get the pop out of here. You'll get the pop and you'll meet that target that we've just set at 50 cents, because that's the breakout target of the descending triangle, okay? But you will hit a level of resistance, you know that. But you know what might be more healthier to see, and I'll be honest with you, you do potentially want to break down here, because if you break down, you'll fall below this level of support, which is 0.50, okay, and you will actually fall down and you'll hit an invisible force, which I'm going to show you in a minute. You'll bounce off it, okay, and you'll create something called a higher low, and basically a W double bottom, which is a really, really good pattern to create, okay, because you've seen it, I've shown you it, we've done it already in a consolidation event for CHILIZ. We've done it down here, okay. This is what I say to you about always moving to the left. Always move to the left, okay, because you want to see something like this. Okay, a V-shaped recovery is good, but usually with a V-shaped recovery, you see a march on, okay. It sort of recovers, boom, it's gone. But with this, it's consolidating and it's sort of back testing support a little bit too much for my liking. So potentially look, not financial advice, given the fact that you've got the bearish cross and the little on the 4-hourly time frame now on the bearish EMA, plus you've got that little EMA retest on the cards and the MACD going a little bit bullish, bearish, you may be looking at a little bit of a drop there. And that's effectively, you know, sort of thing that you got that went up at that V-shaped recovery, didn't quite kill off, and you come back down and you got the W double bottom there before you're marching on, and that was a really, really good signal, really strong good signal, because look at the pump you get after that, because it shows that the bears are running out of steam, the selling pressure's gone, you know, and you're off. Whew, full retracement, look at that, boom, full retracement. So that's what we want for CHILIZ. All these patterns sort of line up, okay. So at the moment you got the V shape and not much of a recovery, it's sort of bleh, gone up and just gone sideways on that fuel, so to speak. So I'm not saying it's going to break down. I'm just saying, please be aware that you could fall out of this base now, this level of support 0.47, and I'll give you a little target, okay, to probably potentially set some bids in, because I do think if you go down there, you're going to hit something, okay, and I'll show you what that something is in a minute. You're going to hit it, and then you're going to bounce. So I'll give you a couple of things there. Potentially break out of this level of support now, okay, break out of this descending triangle, sorry, you know, which are a continuation pattern 9 times out of 10. You are in a bull market, but you are in a downtrend when you formed it. Do you see that? You're in a downtrend, bearish cross being formed down, you formed a descending triangle in a downtrend. So, you know, more relevance to the fact that you are on a downtrend, and you've got this little thing going on here, okay, and you do need to keep an eye on that as well. You've got this little thing here where this yellow line is coming up and creeping this red line. You know, you want that to roll over and go up. I've taught you that already, where the yellow line goes like that and the red line goes like that, and you get that bullish cross, okay. That's great, that's golden to push you up. But you know, from a technical analysis standpoint here, you know, I'm not gonna call it. I'm just gonna say that I've got a sneaky little feeling you're gonna drop out of this. You've got this EMA retest, it's going to force you down. It's going to look like it's crashing, okay? But if you can come down and hit something there, okay, and form that higher low, golden, because that, you've just seen down there, it's a really massive signal for a full retracement, okay. And I'll tell you now, the Fibonacci, okay, when you hit a top, and as you fall down, you falling on levels of support, okay, and you see you've lost all these levels of support, you come back up in your Z on resistance, support becomes resistance becomes support. I've taught you all that. So at the minute you look like you found this base on a 0618, okay. So what you do now, you've got your base and you're confident you've got your base, which I am relatively confident at the moment that is a solid base. I said to you that you need to see that bounce off that. Full transparency with you at all times, okay. I've said to you need to see the bounce off that, and that's confidence of the fact that you're looking at that full retracement. But right now it's getting a bit boring, a bit drab. So what you do, you take off the support level of the Fibonacci, and what you do now, you drop on from the bottom, which you think is the bottom, you drop your fib on it from the bottom to the top, okay, and that gives you a retracement Fibonacci, okay. It gives you the levels of resistance you're going to hit on the way up. So immediately you can see, because on the previous Fibonacci, look at this, look. When you had the fallback Fibonacci, as you've found a bottom, you've started to retrace, haven't you? But you've hit your head on something there. You see that? You've hit your head there. You've hit a level of resistance. You don't know why. Why is it started to retrace and its head there? Okay, I don't know why it's done that. Well, that's confluence to the fact that it is retracing, because I'll show you right now. Okay, so you drop that fib off, and what you do when you're happy you've hit a bottom, okay, and you're starting to retrace back to your previous high, you drop the fib on the bottom like that, and you'd go to the high like this, okay. So you go to your high and you put that on the top, and you put your zero on the bottom. Do you see that? Make sure your zero's on the bottom. I get a lot of people asking, how do you do this? And also as well, get a lot of people saying, oh, my fibs are not correct. So I'll show you what you do. You make sure you're on log, okay, log scale on the chart down the bottom left, and then what you do, when you click on your fib like that, you'll get a little toolbar come up. Click the toolbar, the cog, yeah, click the cog like that, and you get a little menu come up. Go down to the bottom and make sure that fib levels based on log scale, okay, because look what it does, it skews it, okay. So make sure your fib levels based on log scale, then click OK and save it. So that's it. That's how you set your fib up. And lo and behold, right now, okay, because you've dropped your Fibonacci retracement tool on, instead of dropping it on to show levels of support and potential buy zones as it drops, you now formed a bottom. So you're fully retracing, okay, you're retracing. Hopefully, because you've hit the bottom on that 0618. Do you understand that? And now you're retracing to that high. So what you're doing, you're hitting levels of resistance, and lo and behold, that level that showed nothing on the previous Fibonacci chart there is now showing as a level of resistance. Do you see that? So that's why you hit your head there, and that's why you got rejected and come back down, because you hit your head on the 0382, okay, and you failed to get through it. So right now, I said to you, I'm going to give you that level, okay. If you was to see CHILIZ right now fall out of this descending triangle, okay, which we've just been targeting in the previous segment there, if you was to see it fall out of that, then there's your buy zone, okay, there's your buy, there's the little level which you will see it bounce off. Mark my words, not financial advice, but if it falls out, you'll see it bounce there and march on, and that's a great entry point if it was to fall out, okay. If it was to fall out, if it doesn't fall out and you get that pump, okay, and then you start to get out of this descending triangle and you form that bullish cross, you're golden, because what you'll do, you go up, you will hit your head, okay, you will hit your head on that level there. I would expect to see a level of resistance right there. You come back down, but as long as you can start bouncing off this yellow line forming the bullish cross there, it starts to push you up, and it pushes you out of these levels of resistance for the full retracement, okay, for CHILIZ. And that's basically it. So what I'm saying is that you've got a nice little trade here. If you was to fall outright, put some bids in there, not financial advice, because I think from that point you could potentially be looking at a pump there, 14%, just like the other day. Do you remember when I said you're going to form that bottom, target the 0.5 on a retracement, and it worked out. I gave you the short, which was a 16% trade, and then I gave you the long, which was a 16% trade. Now potentially if you fall out of here, you're going to form that high low. Do you see that? You've fallen out, form that high low. It's confluence of the fact of a full retracement, and also you've got a nice little 14% trade in there, because it will hit its Z, okay, it will hit its Z, and it will come back down and test the EMAs as support, and that is really good, and that's what you want to see, okay, just like you did down here. Like I said to you at the start of the video, you know, these consolidation events are really tradable events, because just like there, when it broke out of that resistance level there, okay, which was a 0.5, which you're targeting right now, and retraced, hit its head, come back down. These are all tradable events, okay, all tradable events. So that's it. Basically, you know, hopefully we get this today. You can see it's doing something, okay, because you're being forced. Do you see that in the descending triangle there? You're being forced into some kind of breakout, some kind of move. You've got this sort of tightening range going on, okay? It looks bearish at the minute. It does look bearish because you're falling and you're actually below the EMA there, the 20 EMA on the 4-hourly time frame. So it looks like you are potentially rolling down. So this is what I said to you. You're potentially looking at it rolling out. It's going to look bad, okay? But you're going to get supported off that 0.236 there. I would expect a bunch of buying pressure to come in there. You'll get that pop out and you'll march on, and you're looking at that potential nice little long trade there, because you will at your head up there, okay? So that's effectively a little trade that I gave you. Failing that, if you was to get supported now, get back above and break out of this descending triangle, you know, you've still got a nice little trade there up there for 9.78%. Okay, so that's CHILIZ. Good luck everyone involved. Again, if you was to fall out, you do want to see that high low. Please, full awareness, always transparent. You don't want to see yourself coming right down and getting to this low and then falling through that low, because if you do, you've lost this solid support which we are targeting the channel for this full retracement. Full transparency at all times. Good luck to anyone involved. I'll always keep you updated, and I'm super bullish on CHILIZ after this long level of consolidation. Catch you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.